Hello, hello. Sound check, sound check. Mic check, mic check. Can you hear me? If you don't mind, let me know in the comments if you're able. Hello, hello. Merry Moon Day. If you can hear me, would you please let me know in the comments? Hello, hello. Can you hear me? Mic check. If you can let me know in the comments if you can hear me. If you hear nothing, hopefully you'll let me know as well. Hello, hello, hello. Is there anybody out there? Let me know if you can hear me. Let me know if you can't hear me. Hopefully in the comments, one way or the other. This is a mic check. Mic check, mic check. Testing, testing. Hello. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me? Mic check. Hey, can you hear me, Granny's gotta go? Am I coming through? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Mic check, mic check. Can you hear me? Can anybody hear me? I would just like to have a confirmation. Does anybody hear me? Okay, all right. Thank you so much. I was struggling asking that question for about 2 minutes here. I appreciate that, Dana. Thank you for coming. Merry Moon Day to all checking in. I never know with the headphones on if it's the mic is picking up well or not. Last time I tried, somebody said it was muffled. I messed with some of the settings on my phone. Hopefully that fixed that. Top of the morning, top of the afternoon, top of the evening, whatever the case may be, as my friend Ben Time Traveler says. Appreciate that. It's one of the few things I have going for me, I think. No, I'm playing. Like, I used to fancy myself a radio persona, if you will, but we had like an online radio thing that we used to do. And I had my own show, and that was always fun being a radio talk show host and playing music and stuff like that. It wasn't on the radio out there in the big world, of course, but we had a pretty decent sized community for what it was. Try to use my voice to make music, and however, I'm kind of monotone, I guess. I've come to terms with it. Not so recently, but like to see how everybody else is doing today. How are you? How are you? Very nice. You got an Etsy page? Are you a seller, or that's always cool? A creator selling your creations? It's pretty awesome if so. I don't know if Granny's still here, but I was actually watching your last live, I guess it was from last night. About halfway through it. Shut up. I love incense and I love fragrance oils. I love a real patchouli, either as an incense or as an oil. I actually like to wear patchouli. I'm one of those who finds patchouli enjoyable. And thankfully so does my wife, so that works out. Not everybody likes that. Well, I think I've caught all of the rambling so far to this point, and there's a lot, some things to digest there. And I'm gonna kind of hold back on critiquing anything at this point. A lot to take in. I'm actually was happy to see that he was making content, because I think leaving people out in the dark was creating its own problem for people. All right, well, I'm gonna have to somehow find out how to get hold of your Etsy page, then, and then maybe I'll throw you some business, because I totally into that stuff, man. And yeah, so happy to see the dude alive. He looked better. He seemed more sober. I tried to give him some words of encouragement, not just like, "Hey, happy to see you," but "Hey, hopefully at your own time, you address some questions that people have, man. You know, try to. It's going to be helpful for his, next stage if he chooses to do so." For him, I hope he does. For his own character, you know what I mean? Who am I to judge what choice he makes? I'm gonna watch. At some point, though, if it continues to, if it continues to be that negativity and stuff, then I will probably distance myself from that, because I don't like to ingest negativity to feel negative, So if all I'm saying is negative things about something, then I have to change my focus. Yeah, that would be my guess. Um, People will probably report it, and they locked him out. He said some stuff. Hello, hello. The legend's wife is here. Good morning. My guess would be that if he did get enough reports, then there would be some kind of punitive, not that, but some kind of punishment, where he wouldn't be upload or access the channel. It's probably how that works. And I'll save. There's still things to see here on that, so I won't make any comments on what I think he's doing as far as personal habits because I haven't seen enough. And nor am I at a place where I really want to pigeonhole the guy to death, because honestly, I'd rather encourage the positive shit in life than prop up and encourage the negative stuff, either for myself or anybody else. I like to say stuff that feels good, and then I definitely have my times where I can go on rants and raves, and but then I hopefully catch myself and realize it's coming from a not a good feeling place. Somebody's called me out a couple of times about like, how are you gonna criticize the guy and still tell him, good luck or I hope you do well? And I'm like, how can you? Haven't you ever received that from anybody in your life? Can you not relate to somebody calling you out about things that they're disappointed in and offer a better way from their point of view and still, you know, care about the individual? Like, it's cool to give up at a certain point once you feel drained and you don't want to give any more energy to it. I understand that. And I'm coming from a place where you got to do that. I have done that, you walk away from that. And I've also come from a place where I needed compassion and empathy and, you need support even when you're doing bad. Sometimes until you realize that you're doing bad, then you do better. So that's where I'm coming from. I never really meant to hate on the guy. I just called about the bullshit about, hey man, this dude's definitely on something. Hopefully he admits it to himself because a lot of people see it. And he did. At his time, on his timing, I don't set that for somebody. That's their life. It's their experience to live. We hope the best for people. We offer suggestions, and that's all we can really do. And I think, and I look at dang near every comment that's ever been made on any content I've made about him, and I see a lot of people who mostly come from that place too. They're like, well, we're disappointed. We hope it turns around. And there's a lot of people who just are like, rah, burn it down, and then there's a lot of people who want to say something to me about one way or the other. Why would I make content off of somebody else? And I've explained that plenty of times. It's for educational entertainment purposes. I'm not, trying to make any money off the guy, really. I've been making videos for years and years and years, you know what I mean? That just so happened that it worked out that way where I got subscribers and views. And I'm not going to continue to like try to pander to that either. I'm open for conversations all day. And just from a place of honesty, like hoping for the better for the guy. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you could share your Etsy thing, Dana, on the community part of my page. I'm not sure. Like I don't know how that works, but I think I have it set to where community members can post in my community settings. You have to let me know if that works or not. But I'd be interested in checking out your Etsy page. Get some patchouli oils. I'm always burning incense, like. Do, 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 do. For some reason, the messages kind of just disappear on my end here. Oh, there they go. Hey, all right. Doing everything from my phone. It would be a lot easier if I would get my laptop set up or get a laptop set up It's I used to have the whole shindig, little microphone. Well, I still have the microphone. I still have the headset. I still have all the this, that, and the other. But I used to broadcast daily, so would have this little laptop and running music all day and hosting interviews, putting videos up. But now I've just kind of fell into the phone mode. Perhaps someday we'll get an actual studio set up again. Let me go back and raised. Well, born in 1980. To answer your question, Danny. So the tail end of, that hippie generation, I guess. My mom and my dad were both in the Navy. That's where they met. Very young, obviously, fresh out of high school. They both joined and met in the Navy. So they're from that era. The more peaceful manner that I'm able to present at this point in my life is just from years of being tired of being angry, like, and trying to find ways to be happy and peaceful and chill. So that's the type of energy I try to encourage for myself. I spent plenty of time fighting, if you will, and now I'm getting a little bit older. Nah, not so much. Much rather be chill, relax, enjoy life. You know, that's the goal. If you're not enjoying life, then something's not right with that. And I'm trying to embrace the philosophy that like being chill and being peaceful brings more of that, right? More energy. So the energy that you embrace, the energy that you put out there, the law of attraction, they say. I struggle with the word law because I'm deeply rooted as a rebel, maybe an anarchist, if you will. Like, like as far as law goes, I'm into more of being not a criminal, but an outlaw of society, where it's like, you know what, I ain't gonna bother you, don't bother me. But I'm not really into the word law. I'm just gonna get to that. I have been a student of the law. I love civil rights and try to understand how to better interpret that system to benefit me and others. Just not a huge fan of it as a societal tool. Where was I going with that? That went off on a rant. But the law of attraction. So apparently, if you want that in your life, that whatever that is, positive or negative, that's where you got to be already. And the more that you are that, the more of that you'll get, right? So if you're negative, 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 guess what you're going to get in your life? Or guess what you're always going to find? That's because you're always looking for it, because you're always feeling it, you always expect it. You might as well be just putting a sign on your chest saying, please give me negative shit. So I'm trying to embrace that philosophy of, hey, I want peace, happiness, and abundance in my life. So that's what I'm going to try to be. You know what I mean? Even if I don't have it right now, I'm going to try to be it. I'm trying to embrace it. Picture myself already there in that state of joy and happiness. And then apparently that's where we will find ourselves, and we will continue to receive that. Hippie, perhaps. Spiritual, yes, I think so. Again, that comes from like being force fed one system as a young person with religion, very strict blind faith idea of don't do this, don't question that, to growing up and finding my own way of, hey man, question everything if you want, do whatever you want, just try to be a good person, man. Pretty quiet up in chat here today. Well, anybody have any thing they wanted to share or comment on or address, if you will? If not, I'll probably cut this live a little short and not take up dead air, if you will. Any questions, comments, or suggestions? It's a tough word for me every time. Suggestions. I have to say it super slow, like it gets my tongue all twisted. Comments or critique. Okay, well, I think I'm going to go ahead and shut her down. I do appreciate everybody stopping through this morning. What comments were there? I don't know if like maybe the comment section stopped working. It's kind of dead in here though, and I don't want to just stare at myself. So I do appreciate you checking in on this Monday. And yeah, stay tuned for more content coming soon. Working on an idea of Frankly News, where I might just piece together some video clips, news style, and see how people react to that. I wish you all to have a positive day, a merry moon day, if you will. Positive energy, positive vibration for all. If you're going to spend time thinking about somebody, hopefully it's in a positive way. Do yourself both a favor. Put the good vibes out there, you know what I mean? Anyways, feel free to check in with the community. Leave your posts in my community settings if you can on my channel. Like I said, I don't know how that works from your end. I believe I've set everything up where you can share posts or make posts in my community tab. Not sure. Let me know if you want, of course. Do appreciate you. Until next time, have a great day. I am Frank White.